Hello, everybody. It is April 7th, Thursday. And today we're going to start with a massage of the upper back using a tennis ball. If you don't have a tennis ball, I will show you how to massage your upper back without. We're all going to lie down on the floor, knees bent. So I'll come to my mat. And when you lie down, you can bring your knees to one side, roll over, and gently bring yourself down to the floor. Take your tennis ball, if you have one, and place it at the upper back, just above and to the inside of your shoulder blade, okay? See if you can bring your head to the floor. Now, if it's very painful, you can roll a little bit off the ball, okay? So from behind, what it looks like is that the ball will be here. There's a lot of junction of muscles here, and it will affect the neck, the shoulder blade, but also the spine of the upper back. So the ball is here. Now, for those of you who don't have a tennis ball, what I'd like you to do is cross first your right wrist over your left, stretch your arms to the sky, and you'll lift the head and you'll feel that pressure is placed on your upper back. After a while, you may feel strain in the neck, so you'll come back down. But without the tennis ball, lift and you'll rock from side to side with the right arm over the left. And it's like you're pushing your arms away from you. Okay, and you'll feel that massage of the upper back. If you have the tennis ball, we'll just roll the shoulder. You'll make a nice big circle, and the tennis ball rolls on the muscles. It affects the fascia as well. And you can feel, most people can feel an extreme tension there, especially if you work at a desk. Working at the desk makes us round our upper back, and staring at the computer brings our head forward, and that affects all of the muscle structure in the upper back. Okay, for those of you without a tennis ball, maybe now you want to come down, raise your arms over your head, and reach one hand at a time behind you, as if you're climbing a cliff wall. So you're lifting the arms up and over the head. Now, for those of you who have the tennis ball, we'll raise our right arm over the head and bring it back down by our side. Breathe in and out as you do this, because it can be very, very sensitive. And be sure you don't put too much pressure on the ball. Okay, not too much pressure on your upper back. Then for those of you who don't have the ball, lying down again, I want you to lift one arm and roll to one side, and then change, lift the opposite arm and roll. So you're just rolling on the upper back again. Turn your head along with the movement, and this helps to massage and mobilize. For those of you who have the tennis ball, now we're going to raise the right arm and bring it across the body and then open it to the side. This is where it gets really super sensitive, but be sure you don't go into any deep pain, please. Cross the arm across the body, open it up. One more time. So these are some of the massages that it's very difficult to do during, but once we take the tennis ball out from underneath us, which we can do now, you bring your shoulders on the floor, turn your head from side to side, and just notice how good you feel. It's one of these things that on the moment doesn't feel great, but afterwards it's awesome. Okay, let's change sides. For those of you with the tennis ball, place it at the same level on the left-hand side, okay, and you just roll the shoulder. If you don't have the tennis ball, cross your left arm this time over your right. You can make two fists, push your arms away from you, lift the head, and roll from side to side. So massaging that upper back. Good. Do this a few times. For those of you with the tennis ball, you're just rolling the shoulder right now. All right. Now, if you have the tennis ball, let's raise and lower the arm. It's your left arm now, if the tennis ball is behind your left-hand side. For those of you without the tennis ball, raise the arm over the head and reach like you're climbing up a cliff wall. Reach up and over, lengthening out the arms and the belly. Good. And then those of you with the tennis ball, let's start to cross the arm across the body and open. Woo, here's the one that's really sensitive for me. Across and open. Without the tennis ball, you're going to roll from side to side, raising one arm, and you just rock and roll, lifting the back up. Let your head go along with the movement. That's it. Good. Okay. Let's take the tennis ball out from underneath. Place it to the side. We won't be needing it anymore. Everybody comes onto their back. Clasp your hands together. Bring your elbows in front of your face and lift your head. And gently rock again from side to side. So this helps to massage the trapezius muscle, which is that big diamond-shaped muscle at the upper back. And it's often the muscle that gets very, very tense when we sit and work at a desk. Okay, come back to center. Lower your head down. We're going to roll completely onto one side and lift yourself up from the side. Now come into a seated position. If you'd like, you could sit up on your block or you could sit flat on the floor. It's depending how you're feeling most comfortable. Place your arms or your hands on your knees. Close your eyes for a moment. And let's do a square breath, 5 times square breath. So you breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath out. 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, breathe in. Hold your breath. Breathe out. Hold your breath. And again, breathe in. Hold your breath. Breathe out. Hold your breath out. Good. One more time. Breathe in. Hold your breath. Breathe out. Hold your breath out. Well done. Open your eyes, stretch your arms by your sides, fingertips touching the floor. Let's take a deep breath in, raise the arms, stretch skyward, and breathe out, open your arms, fingertips come down to the floor. And again, breathing in, reach, and breathe out, lower. We're gonna add the head and head movements to this. Breathe in, lift and lift your chin as far as is comfortable. Breathe out, lower, lower the chin down as far as is comfortable. And again, breathing in, lift, stretching, lengthening, breathing out, sparking the nervous system for balance. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. Okay, let's breathe in. This time, twist to your right. Turn your head to the right as far as possible. Open your arms, fingertips touch the floor, look behind you. Breathing in, rise back up. Coming back to neutral. Breathe out, go to your left. Breathing in, back to neutral. Good. Breathing out to the right. Turn your head, twist the body. Breathing in. Perfect. Slow your breath down if you can. Breathing out. Even if I'm going faster than you can go more slowly. Take your time. Last one, each side. Very good, everyone. Bring your hands down in front of your heart center. If your knees are okay, roll over the ankles, coming up onto all fours. If your knees are sensitive, bring your feet to one side, come on up on all fours. Hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Let's take a deep breath in and curl the spine, look skyward. Breathing out, round, look to your belly button, pull the belly button up and in. And again, we'll curl, look skyward. Breathing out and round. Breathing in, curling. Breathing out, rounding. One more time, let's curl, breathing in. And breathing out, let's round. Coming back to a flat back. Open your knees. Walk your hands out in front of you. And bring your forehead down to the floor for puppy dog pose, getting a stretch into the arms. If it's too much for your shoulders, you can have your elbows down. If you want to take it farther, bring the elbows down, palms together, and see if you can get thumbs into the upper back, pressing your chest towards the floor. Release, lift your head back up. Bring your right hand off your mat, left hand on top, press the hips back again. Get a stretch down the left-hand side of the body and hold here. Coming back up, let's change sides. Left hand off the mat, right hand on top. Press your hips back and hold here. Coming back up, hands back onto the mat, tucking your toes under. Let's rise up to crouching cat. So the difference between crouching cat and down dog is that the feet are farther forward than down dog. So down dog might have your feet farther back so you can stretch your legs and bring your heels down or close to the floor. Crouching cat will have the heels up. Knees are bent. Hips are lifted. Chest is lifted and head is lifted. What this does is it engages the back body, which is super important for our practice. Let's bounce back and forth. Most of our days are spent with the back body being stretched. Here we engage it, so it creates more balance. All right, turn your knees to the right and bounce your hips back towards your heels. Then we'll turn our knees to the left and bounce back again towards our heels. Perfect. Turn your knees forward, open your feet as wide as your mat, walk your hands back, bring your fingertips to the floor, pressing the hips back, lift your chin and pull your heart forward. And let's bounce here. When you bounce, be sure the knees do not bend forward over the toes. They want to bend back and your hips push backwards towards the back end of your mat. Another 3, 2, 1. Hands come onto the thighs. Lift your chest. So here you're like in an open squat position where your knees bend nicely, your hips press back. You're going to lift your chest, raise the arms in front of you and a little bit higher than your shoulders. Let's sink down lower. 10 times. 9, keep the arms stretched. 8, yes. 7, 6, this really engages the glutes as well. 4, 3, you should feel the glutes lifting. 2, here's the last one. Good, come to standing and step your feet in. From here, let's take big steps to the front edge of the mat. Knees are soft, chest lifted. Hips are curled slightly back to keep that natural curve of your low back. Shoulders open to the sides. So you should feel a widening of your shoulders, a lifting and opening of the chest. Chin parallel to the floor, and this should be your perfect posture, okay? The only thing I want to add is completely straighten your arms. We get into the habit of bent arms all the time, and this does not work the backs of the arms. If you straighten your arm completely, you'll feel there's a contraction down the back of your arm. Those are the triceps. So to completely straighten your arms, it's good to tonify the back of the arms. Here we go, hands to the heart center. And we're gonna get moving. Here's the cardio portion of our class. Take a deep breath in, raise your arms and stretch skyward. Bring your elbows towards your knees and come down, hands to the floor. Step back to a plank position now and hold your plank, head lifted, chest forward. 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees down, lower your chest to the floor. Point your toes, lengthen out your legs, and we'll rise to a cobra pose, opening the chest. Then bring your chest back down, push up onto your hands and knees, tuck your toes, come up either to down dog or step forward a little bit for crouching cat. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Lift your right foot, swing it forward, and begin stepping yourself forward. Bend your knees low, hands to thighs, lift the chest, and raise your arms by your ears for a chair. Hold it here, set your gaze at one point. 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up to standing, arms stretched by your sides. Beautiful, perfect posture. Hands come back to heart center, and we'll go again. Deep breath in, rise up. Folding, bring your elbows to your knees. We go straight down. Stepping back to a plank position. Hold it here. Engage nicely the abdominals. 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees, lower your chest. Point your toes, lengthen out your legs, rise to a cobra. Pushing back, you either take down dog or step forward for crouching cat. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1. This time lift your left leg, swing it forward, and let's step forward. Knees bend, hands to thighs. Coming up to chair, arms by your ears. Hold it here. 3, hips way back. 2, 1. Up to standing, refine that perfect posture. Arms straight, triceps engaged, everything tonic. Okay, we're gonna move faster now, ladies. Hands to heart center. Let's go. Deep breath in, rise. Folding. Stepping back to plank, and we hold. 3, 2, 1. Knees come down, move it down. Point your toes, cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Holding. 3, 2, 1. Right foot comes forward. Then the left, getting into chair. Holding. 3, 2, 1. Up to standing, hands to heart center. Deep breath in, rise up. Folding, elbows come down, stepping back to plank. Holding here. 3, that's great. 2, 1. Knees come down, moving down to your cobra. Push back, down dog or crouching cat. Looking good, everybody. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Left foot steps forward. Scoot yourself forward. Excellent. Chair pose, arms by your ears. 3, 2, 1. Coming all the way up to standing, hands to heart center. Getting ready. Let's do 2 more rounds like this. Deep breath in, rise. Folding forward. Good. Stepping back to plank. Holding. 3, 2, 1. That's it. Move yourself down. Point your toes, cobra. Pushing back, down dog or crouching cat. Yes. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Stepping forward, right foot first, right, left, getting into chair. That's it. Arms by your ears if you wish, holding. 3. Good job. 2, 1. Up to standing. Last round. Let's go. Deep breath in, rising, holding forward. Stepping back to plank, holding. 3, 2, 1. Knees come down, move it down, point your toes to cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, left foot steps forward. Get yourself to the front edge, knees bend into chair, hold it 3, 2, good job. We're gonna add on to all of this. Hands to heart center. Stick with me, deep breath in. Folding forward. Stepping back to plank. Lift your right leg. If it's too much, you can lower the left knee. Hold it 3, belly in, perineum up, 2, 1. If you wish, lower down with the right leg still up, or you can lower the knee. Point your toes, rise up to cobra. Push back, down dog or crouching cat. Now lift your right leg, the knee is bent. Push it skyward 3 times, 3, 2, 1. Bring it out to your right, bring the knee to the shoulder. Pull it closer, 3, 2, 1. Lift the leg up behind you, swing it forward. Stepping forward, knees bend, hands to thighs, chair position. Raise the arms and we bounce here. 3, get down low, 2, yes. 1, up to standing, arms by your sides. Let's go again, hands to heart center. Deep breath in, folding. Stepping back to plank. Lift up your left leg, hold it, 3, 2, 1. If you wish, move down, keeping the left leg up. Woo, point your toes, cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Left leg comes up behind you, press it skyward, 3, 2, 1. Then knee to the shoulder, pull it in, 3, 2, 1. Bring the leg up back behind you, swing it forward. Getting into chair, arms by your ears, bounce it. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing, arms by your sides, hands to heart center. 2 more rounds. Deep breath in, folding it forward. Get into the plank position, everyone. Yes, hold your right leg up. 3, 2, that's it. 1, now move down. See if you can do it with the legs still up. Good, point your toes, coming up in cobra. Woo, down dog or crouching cat. Excellent, raise your right leg. Push it skyward 3 times. This will be a full 10 minutes of cardio, ladies. Bring the knee towards the shoulder now. 3, 2, 1, bring the leg back up behind you. Perfect, swing it forward. Getting to your chair, arms by your ears, pulse it down. 3, 2, it's now 11 minutes of cardio. 1, coming up to standing, arms by your sides, hands to heart center. Let's go last round, deep breath in. Come on, bring it forward. Stepping back to plank position. Raise your left leg now, hold it in the air, lift your head. 3, 2, 1, move it down. Woo, point your toes in cobra. Down dog, crouching cat. Left leg comes up, press it up. 3, 2, 1, to your left shoulder. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Left leg up to the air and swing it forward. Getting into chair. Bounce it down here. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing. Well done. Bravo. That was a full 12 minutes, a little bit more of cardio. Hands to your hips. Step one leg back and turn towards your device. Doesn't matter which leg. We've got open legs here, toes pointing out to the sides. Yes. Bend your knees now and let your hips sink back. So in this position, your hips sink way back. It's an open squat. Super good for the glutes, hips, and thighs, okay? Bring your hips way, 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 way back. Take your right elbow, place it onto your right thigh. Raise your left arm to the sky and twist open. Sink your hips down, both knees bending at the same level, looking skyward. Hold it here. Take deep, slow breaths, everyone. Good. Bring your left hand down, bring your right hand down, and you're close to the right foot. Stretch your right leg as straight as possible and turn the right toes to the edge of the mat. So your feet are now perpendicular, right? They make right angles. Straighten out that right leg as much as possible. Both hands can be on the floor, or one hand can be on the ankle if you prefer. Bend that left knee. Stretch your heart forward. Let the hips go way back. Hold it here. Deep breaths. Rebend your right leg. Turn the foot forward so both feet are parallel. Walk your hands forward into a down dog type position. Press your chest towards the floor. Knees stay slightly bent. Heels are down. And hold this position. Really lengthen your belly. Press your chest down. Super good for the upper back. Taking it in an opposite direction than usual. As it is typically rounded during the day, we want to see if we can take it into the opposite direction. Walk your hands back. Turn your heels in, toes out. Once again, hands to thighs. Lift the chest and we get into the standing goddess pose. Let's raise our arms. Elbows come down and we hold. Sink your hips back nicely. Hold it here. Lift your chest, hips back. Good. Breathing in and out through the nose. All the way up to standing. Hands at your hips. Let your hips rock from side to side to release. Good. Now make a nice big circle with the hips. Releasing the low back, releasing the articulation of the hips. Change the direction. Well done, everyone. Okay. Let's work the other side. Knees bend again. This time, left elbow to the left thigh. Right arm up to the sky, and you're twisting and opening up, looking to your right hand. Hold it here. Hips sink down. Both knees bend at the same level. Good. Wonderful. Look down. Bring your hands down. Turn your left foot towards the edge of the mat and straighten as much as possible your left leg without hyperextending the knee, please. Hands can be on the floor just to the inside of the right foot. You should feel a strong stretch down the inner thigh and the hamstring, the inner hamstring at the back of the leg. Hold here and breathe. Your right knee bends to sink you down and hips are back. Rebend that left knee. Turn both feet forward, parallel. Walk your hands forward. Once again, we'll get into that open down dog position. Knees bend slightly. Press the hips up. Press your chest towards the floor. This feels so good. Lengthen. Pull your ribs away from your hips. 3 deep breaths. 2 and 1. Walk your hands back. Turn your heels in once again, and we get into that goddess pose. Elbows to the sides, palms open, hips sink down and back. Hold it here, strong posture. 3, 2, 1. Come up to standing. Woo. Hands at your hips, move your hips from side to side. And then in a circular movement to release and let go. Good job, ladies. Push off one leg and bring yourself back to the front edge of your mat. We're going to get ready for our plank position. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in, let's rise. And we fold. We bring the elbows to the knees and step back to that plank position. Now you can hold your plank here. You could also lower your knees if it's better for you. You could also lower your elbows, but we want to hold a 1-minute plank. So find where it's going to work for you, in what position. Flatten out the belly. Feel like the belly is widening to the sides. That's the contraction of the transversus. It won't widen your belly. It's just the sensation of the contraction. Holding and breathing. At the same time, see if you can pull up your perineum. You close the elevator doors and you pull the elevator upwards towards the roof of the building. Hold for another 5, 4, hang on to it, ladies. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Bring your knees down, lower yourself to the floor. Bring your hands under your forehead. Bravo. Move your hips from side to side to let go. Okay. Bring your feet about hip width apart. And I want you to raise your head and shoulders. And we're going to reach our arms out in front of us and pull the elbows down like we're pulling against a weight machine. Bring the elbows to the waist. We'll do this 10 times. Super good work for the upper back. Let's go. 10, lengthen your neck. 9, 8, squeeze the glutes. 7, feet stay on the floor. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and here's the last one. Bring the head back down onto the hands and just take a few deep breaths. It's a very strong work. You can probably feel it in the trapezius as well as the neck. So just relax it here for a moment. For the next exercise, if you'd like, you could keep your head down on the floor on your hands, or you could lift the head. We're going to bring our feet wide and raise both legs. Now we're going to bring the heels in to touch and open them back up. Let's go. 10 times. 9, 8, 7, 6, squeeze the glutes tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, here's the last one. Good. Bring the feet back down. This time, move your hips so it can release any tension buildup in the low back and the backs of the legs. Next, lift the head, chest, and shoulders. Bring your hands behind you and clasp the hands together. Squeeze your shoulder blades tight, lift the arms, and lift the legs for snake pose. Again, some deep breathing here. One more deep breath in, and come on back down. Hands under the forehead, move your hips. Last position for the back, bend your knees, feet flexed. See if you can touch the top, the heels, just the bottoms of the heels without grabbing, just touch. Push your heels into your fingertips, lift your chin, lift your knees a bit and hold. Deep breathing. It's a modified version of the bow pose, which is much healthier for the back and the hips. Come on back down, hands under the shoulders, push up onto the hands and knees. Walk your knees forward a bit. Now, move your hips from side to side. We didn't do any standing balancing postures because we're going to do a few of these balancing postures on all fours. So your knees should be hip width and your hands are shoulder width, which means your hands are a little bit wider than the knees. Reach your right hand a little bit farther out in front for good balance. And we'll stretch our left leg behind us. Open and lift your left arm to the sky. We often do this position, okay? If you feel you've got your balance, raise the left leg. and hold here. Now we're going to challenge a little bit our balance with this position. We'll bring the left hand down as if we're going to touch the floor and then raise it back up again. It's a beautiful work for the upper back. So let's go 5 times. We bring the hand down and open it back up. 4, go slowly, control. 3, it's also working the side glute of the lower leg. 2, maybe you feel that. And here's the last one. Good job. Bring the hand back down. Bring the knee back down onto all 4s. Move your hips from side to side. And move your shoulders around. You can turn your head from side to side as well. Lift and lower the shoulders. Push up and down to release and let go. Good. All right. Stretch your right leg behind you this time. Set your left hand a little bit forward. Open up to your right. Raise the arm. Raise the leg. If it's too much to raise the leg, you can have the big toe touching the floor. So let's go. We'll bring the hand down as if we're going to touch the floor and rise back up. 5 times. Let's go. 5. Keep the belly strong. 4. 3. Good work, ladies. 2. And here's the last one. All right, bring the hand back down. Bring the knee back down. And again, move from side to side. Move the shoulders, move the head. Well done. Bring your knees forward, bring your feet to one side. Let's come to a seated position. And we'll move down onto the floor. Okay. We're going to be doing 4 bridge poses, and we'll add on a little bit to our typical bridge pose routine. So arms by your sides. Be sure your shoulder blades are nicely tucked in behind your back. Walk your feet away from you, heels pressing into the floor, toes pointing up. Lift your hips and pull your heels towards your hips. So there's a good engagement down the backs of the legs. If you'd like to go farther, we're going to raise one leg, knees bent. Raise the other. And switch. This really works the backs of the legs. Switch. You don't have to raise a leg if you don't want to. 2 more times. Raising the right leg and the left. Last round. Woo! Bring the hips back down. Walk your feet in. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Frog bridge. You press against your feet, lifting the hips up. Squeeze the glutes nicely. You've got some deep inner hip work here. And you'll press a little bit higher. 10 times. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hips down. Separate your feet, hip width. If your knees create some tension, you could walk your feet a little bit farther away from you. It makes it a little bit less tension on the knees. We'll lift our hips up and we'll squeeze our knees together. And when we do that, we work the inner thighs. I want you to squeeze your perineum like you're closing elevator doors and you're lifting the elevator in the body. So you squeeze and lift. Separate your knees. So when we squeeze and lift, we have to breathe out. So we squeeze and lift, breathing out. And open the knees, breathing in. And again. Open the knees. Keep going. Open. Open. And again, keep going. Open. Two more. Last one. Good job. Bring your hips down. Release just for a moment, lifting the knees to the chest. Rock a bit, just so we relax our low back. And now set the feet back down for a yogic bridge. Elbows into the floor, open up your chest, lifting your hips. Okay. Now here you're in the classic yoga bridge. You could stay here, or if you'd like to take the full bridge, you could come onto your hands and push up into the full bridge pose. Or you could raise the right leg with me and work our glutes, and we press. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, good. 3, 2, 1. If you're in full bridge, come into half bridge now and just stay in half bridge. If you're working the glutes with me, let's go with the left leg up to the sky. Point the toes. And here we go. We press. 10, 9, 8. Hang on to it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. That's good. 2, 1. Bring the foot back down. Woo! And everyone, raise your arms over your head. Lower the back, one vertebra at a time. Very, very slowly, lowering your back to the earth. And once the back is all the way on the floor, open your feet and let your knees fall to the right. Stretch your left arm far behind you, getting length through your belly and the front of the leg. And we'll raise one knee at a time and switch sides. Knees to the left, reach your right arm far behind you, holding and breathing. Good. Raise your right knee first, left knee follows. Lift both knees up to the chest. Grab a hold of the knees and let's rock from side to side. Getting nice deep massage into the back, upper back, lower back. Okay. Keep the right knee up against the chest and let's stretch the left leg onto the floor. Make a very big circle with the right foot. So let's get into some restorative positions. Change the direction of the circle. Flex your foot and stretch your leg as straight as possible, feeling the stretch down the back of the leg. Keep your right foot really nicely flexed. Keep your low back slightly curved so you can still make a space between the low back and the floor. And if you'd like, pull the leg towards you. You should feel the stretch mainly down the back of the leg and not in the back. Take some deep, slow breaths here. Now, you could either grab your big toe with your right hand, grab the right big toe, or keep your hand around your ankle or even around the calf muscle. And we're going to open the right leg out to the right. The left hand stays on the left hip, so we keep the left glute touching the floor. And we breathe here. Just allow your body to come back to a calm state. So we're getting deep into the central nervous system with slow breaths. Lift your right leg. Now we'll switch hands. You can grab your big toe with your left hand or the ankle or around the calf or the knee. And we'll let the leg go to our left. So it crosses across the body. Your right arm reaches out to the side. Turn your head to the right. and you get into this deep, deep spinal twist. You can let the low back peel up off the floor, and this stretches into the glute, the IT band, the low back, and the outer edge of your hamstrings. Should feel really nice. You're also getting into the pectoral and the right shoulder. Okay, let's rebend the right knee and bring the right knee to the left shoulder. Stay in your deep twist and feel how it increases at the hip and the low back. Let's roll all the way to our left-hand side. The left arm goes underneath the head. Bend both knees and grab a hold of your right ankle. Push your right knee behind you. If it's too much to grab the ankle, just simply bend the leg and push the foot behind you. So you get an opening of the quadricep muscles as well as the hip flexors. Super important if we're sitting most of our day, which most of us, even if we have a stand-up desk, believe it or not, you sit for most of your day. As we sit for our meals, we sit while driving or on public transport, we sit while watching TV, we sit with friends, we sit a lot. So it's important to get balance and stretch out the fronts of the legs and the fronts of the hips. Good. All right, let's release the stretch. Roll onto your back. And once again, bring the knees up to the chest and rock from side to side, letting go. Good. We'll do the other side now. Let's bring our left knee to the chest, stretch your right leg onto the floor, and make that big circle with the foot. If possible, get your toes into it so you open the toes and sort of move them around. Good. Change directions of the circle. Move the toes along with it. Yeah. Okay. Let's flex our foot and straighten the leg. Again, make sure you got the space between the low back and the floor, so you check it with your hand. See that there's curve. Pull the leg towards you to increase the stretch if you wish. Just get into the sensations of the stretch and breathe deeply. Getting into your central nervous system, calming the central nervous system. Good. Either grab the big toe with your left hand, or you can grab the ankle or around the calf or the knee. And we're going to open the leg to our left. Right hand stays at the right hip. Keep the right glute touching the floor so we don't roll off to the side. We're still facing the ceiling. We're just opening the leg. Good. Lift the leg back up and we switch hands. Right hand at the big toe, ankle or knee or calf. Let the leg go over to your right and open your left arm to the side for a spinal twist. See if you can keep that leg stretched. It won't be completely straight necessarily, but at least stretched out. That's where we get the IT band. And we get into the glute, hip, and low back, as well as pectoral muscle. Good. Bend that left knee now. And bring the left knee to the right shoulder. Again, keep twisting, stay there. You go a little bit deeper into the stretch, a little bit deeper into the waist. Excellent. Let's roll all the way to our right-hand side. Right arm under the head. Grab a hold of that left ankle and push the knee back. Again, if it's difficult to grab the ankle, you can just push the foot back with the knee bent. Hold, and we get that stretch of the quadriceps as well as the hip flexors. Super important for the health of our spine, hips, and knees. Bring your left knee again to your left shoulder and we'll roll onto the back. Lift your knees. Last position, we'll take happy baby pose. You can grab the inner parts of the feet, the arches, or the outer. Lift your feet up to the sky. Keep the knees bent. And you can rock gently from side to side. Bring your feet down onto the floor, knees stay bent. Interlace your fingers. Bring your hands behind your head and close the elbows off in front of the face. Lifting the head, chin to the chest, and rock, go to the right-hand side. See if you can see your right foot and hold here for a stretch at the neck and the upper back. Coming back to center. Roll to your left. Look at your left foot and hold. Back to center. Lower your head down very, very slowly. And once you're all the way down on the floor, stretch your arms by your sides. With your right foot, find the right edge of your mat and slide your right foot until your leg is straight. Left foot, find the left edge and stretch it out until it's straight. Make any minor adjustments so you're completely comfortable on your back. And begin taking deep, slow breaths. See if you can gently expand and contract your belly as you breathe. And allow your body to melt into your mat. Completely surrender yourself to your mat. Letting go of the hands and the feet. Letting go of the legs and the arms. Hips and shoulders. The lower abdomen, the waist, the tummy, the low back. The chest, shoulders, and upper back. Relaxing your neck and your throat. All of the muscles of your face. Allow your face to become completely smooth and sculpted. Relax the jaw. Relax your head and even your thoughts. Allow them to become calm. Let them come and go. And imagine yourself now in a garden, your perfect garden. It's warm and it's peaceful. And you are surrounded by your perfect plants. Your sacred place. And in this sacred place, you are protected, you are safe, and you are serene. It is sacred, safe, and serene. Begin breathing more deeply in and out. Begin moving your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, raise your arms over your head and stretch from fingers to toes. Lengthen yourself out. And then bring your knees to your chest, squeeze them into the chest, rocking from side to side. Roll all the way to your right hand side. And pushing down into the earth, lift from the side, come to a seated position. That's good. Let's rub our hands together, warm them up, and bring them over your face. Gently tapping around your eyes. Shake your hands out. We'll do that one more time. Warm up your hands, everyone. Bring your hands over your face. Gently tap around your eyes. Shaking out. Let's bring our hands to our heart center. Have an excellent day and a lovely weekend, everyone. Thanks for joining. Namaste. Good job. Well done.